But now to this week's main match, which takes us to the capital for the clash between Lazio and Inter, with the Milan club just 90 minutes away from a first title since 1989. Not since 1973 have there been 3 clubs in the race for the Scudetto with just 1 round remaining. Back then, Milan was league leader, a point clear of both Lazio and Juventus, but were surprisingly beaten 5-3 away to Verona in the final round. Lazio also lost against Napoli, meaning Juve's 2-1 win over Roma was enough to snatch the title. Could the old lady of Italian football do it all again? It all depends on Inter, which can secure the Scudetto with a win over Lazio, something it's been unable to do, though, in 11 matches dating back to March of 1996. When the sides met back in January, defence was the order of the day. The points shared in a dour 0-0 draw at the San Siro. Today's task will be that much tougher for the visitors, as the Olympic Stadium's co-tenants, Lazio and Roma, have only tasted defeat at home once this season between them. But while Alberto Zaccheroni's side is still in the hunt for the 4th and final Champions League place, there's a lot more at stake for Inter, a first Scudetto in 13 years. President Massimo Moratti's spending spree brought Argentine coach Hector Cooper to the San Siro this season, and together have assembled a squad to challenge for honours led by Christian Vieri with 21 goals. Last week, Bobo Vieri didn't find the back of the net, but 2 sensational free kicks from Alvaro Recoba and Ronaldo got Inter across the line at home to struggling Brescia, while Lazio was extremely disappointing on the road in the 2-0 loss to Bologna. The clubs have met on 117 occasions in Serie A, with the Nerazzurri holding the upper hand. Lazio having won 26 times, there's been 44 draws, with Inter recording 47 victories. Going into the final round, Inter was 1 point clear of Juve, with Roma a further point adrift. Lazio, meantime, was 7th and fighting for the last Champions League place. Calling all the action at Rome's Olympic Stadium for the final time this season is Paul Williams.
Lazio would have liked to have more players on deck for this one. Their 2 main strikers, Claudio Lopez and Hernan Crespo, are injured. Fabio Liverani is suspended, but at least Giuliano Giannichetta starts in midfield after looking doubtful all week. Stefano Fiore will play behind the sole striker, Simone Inzaghi. Dejan Stankovic has impressed in his attacking midfield role. He'll probably operate down the left. 6 goals for him so far this season. The former Manchester United man, Jaap Stam, plays as a right fullback in a Lazio back 4. With Christian Vieri, Ronaldo and Alvaro Recoba all fit, it's Recoba who gets shuffled to a different position, back to wide left of midfield for him. Sergio Conceição is also included ahead of Clarence Seedorf, suggesting an attack-minded approach from Hector Cooper. To allow that attacking quartet to unleash all of its potency, Di Biagio and Christian Zanetti will both hold solid in the centre of midfield. The back 4 plus Toldo in goal is always the same. Fernando Couto, part of the Lazio back 4. Both he and Alessandro Nesta will have the headache of trying to cope with Christian Vieri and Ronaldo. Well, it's an awesome day here. The grand finale of another magnificent Serie A season. 12 years and 33 games, and it all boils down to this 90 minutes for Inter Milan. A magnificent football club burdened by a dismal decade in Serie A. Only the Scudetto today can ease the pain of the past. The rivals for the championship have kicked off at the same time. Juventus are playing at Udinese. Roma are also away from home at Torino. And it's Inter Milan's task here at the Champions League, chasing Lazio, which is the tougher of the 3. Jaap Stam goes back to the goalkeeper, Angelo Peruzzi, one of a couple of former Inter Milan players in this Lazio lineup. And the flag was up from the assistant on the near side, Vieri offside. Well, how will they calm the nerves? It's an enormous day for Inter Milan. Starting to help forward. Oh, that's well won in the centre of the park there. Di Biagio going forward, takes the shot! Well, he may have a role of a holding in the centre of midfield today, but he's having none of that. It's a very positive start from Inter. Di Biagio winning the ball against Simeone to start the move. Sergio Conceição, Ronaldo, he takes the shot. A very buoyant start for Inter. Here's Zanetti, and it's a corner. It doesn't look like nerves have been a problem at all for Inter Milan. Javier Zanetti getting forward, Cordoba going forward for the set piece. Di Biagio also surging on. Trying to do the dog and do it quickly. Ronaldo waits in the centre. It's a curling corner. He's dropped it! Vieri with the goal. The perfect beginning for what already is looking like a perfect day for Hector Cooper. Toldo adding his weight to the celebrations. There's a long way to go, but that is an unbelievable beginning for Inter. Who else? Christian Vieri. And Massimo Moratti just fidgets in his seat. Not wanting to get too excited about the great start his team made, and Di Biagio involved again, putting the pressure on Peruzzi. Peruzzi, what an uncharacteristic mistake that was. And for Christian Vieri, very much a stock and trade goal from him. Lazio 0, Inter 1. Last day of the season drama beginning early here. Early in Udine, where Juventus have found an early goal as well. Jacoba, Ronaldo. Here he comes short, he lays it off. Di Biagio is involved in everything at the moment. That is just way over the bar. Well, Lazio coming into this final round have plenty to play for as well. They're 1 point behind Chievo, 2 behind Milan and Bologna. So a lot of results need to go their way if they are to qualify for the Champions League, but they do need to make sure they qualify for the UEFA Cup at least. So they are not going to lie down here. Jacoba, a little drop of the shoulder and he scampers into space. Still going Jacoba. Ronaldo! Well, Inter certainly look up for it. They've started the better of the two teams here by some way. 3 points will bring the Scudetto back to the San Siro. Zanetti, Ronaldo. Ronaldo! Well, Sergio Conceição was screaming for the ball in space outside him. Ronaldo, who, as we all know, has had these terrible injury problems, but he's scored 7 in his 9 appearances so far this season. Fiore. Lazio have barely come forward at all in the game so far, but they are here. There's a loose ball. It's not looking good defensively for Inter. And it's Karol Poborski who scored. Time seemed to stand still at the back there. The little scoop over the top caught Inter really flat-footed. Fiore played it back. Materazzi pulled his hand out of the way. Gresco was turning. No one was coming back from midfield, and it was Poborski all alone who came in and just powered the ball past Toldo. Well, Lazio 1, Inter 1. Scoop over the top there. Fiore staying onside. Inzaghi and Giannichetta left it for Poborski. So Inter have to start all over again. Here's Sergio Conceição. Zanetti back to the Portuguese international. That's not a great bit of defending either by another Portuguese international in Fernando Couto. There's no Castraman, there's no Mihailovic as well for Lazio. Very much undermanned today. Near post, goal! Luigi Di Biagio with the near post header that was quite brilliant. And the message on the t-shirt, well, that is for a good friend of his who was recently killed in a car accident. And it's a fine tribute to a mate in such an important time with such a crucial goal. Now, Luigi Di Biagio, right from the word go today, has really looked ready for this contest, and he marks it with a goal, and it's now Lazio 1, Inter 2. Well, Materazzi was involved at the front post, but Di Biagio got in front of him, got in front of everybody. And not the easiest of goals, those ones. Just flicking his forehead, and for some reason the camera was following Materazzi, but it was Di Biagio, as you see there, with a fine goal. Well, the flag's up for offside. Electa Coupe has this incredible run of finishing in second place. He's finished runner-up in 3 European Cup finals, including 2 in the Champions League with Valencia. And here comes Recoba. Great run from him. He almost squeezed it across to the area in the centre. Ronaldo coming in. And fouling Giannichetta in the process. Well, Recoba, he's had a great second half of the season after being out of action for so many months at the beginning. It'll take him a while to get into the swing of things, but he's certainly there now. And you can see how much it means. There goes Recoba again. Still going Recoba. Oh, Yapstam. That's such a solid tackle there. And Recoba goes down, holding his hip. There's no problem with the challenge, but there's the problem with the hip as he clattered into the hoardings. Playing out of position, really, Yapstam. He's always played as a central defender in Holland, and the Dutch national team, and Manchester United. So Inter trying to get themselves a 2-goal gap. Conceição, Ronaldo. That was way off the mark. Ronaldo's certain to be going to the World Cup with Brazil, despite the fact he will only have played 10 league games this season. Poborski. Still going, Poborski was fouled there. Inter haven't beaten Lazio in Serie A since 1996. That's 6 years ago now. And that was Benito Carbone who got the winner that day. The form hasn't quite been as good as it could. Inter Milan. Juventus have closed the gap in recent weeks. And that one's over the bar. And Dejan Stankovic has had a pretty good year, really. It's the first time in a long time that he has had a solid run in the first team at any club, and he's really thrived on that. It's Fiore, Poborski That's a 5-pass, Stankovic. And it's just bounced into the arms of Francesco Toldo. Vieri takes the ball on that huge chest of his, and here comes Di Biagio again. Recoba! A little tug on the shirt of Ronaldo there, not much in it though. Recoba will be disappointed with his final attempt on goal, a player of his great technique. He scored much harder goals than that in his day. That's the Vieri-Fernando Couto battle. Two strong guys. Gresco fouled. The play goes on quickly. There's Jaap Stam coming forward. Poborski moves into the centre. And Couto. Stankovic. That's a good ball in. Oh, Poborski's there! It's 2-2. 2 goals for Karol Poborski, 2 for Lazio. And what has hardly been more than 2 really decent attacks for Lazio in the entire first half. Well, Gresco with a risky backheader to his own goalkeeper there. And he paid a big price. Poborski just kept running in the hope that the ball fell at his feet. I bet you he couldn't believe it when it did. Oh, Toldo was furious at Gresco. And Inter, who have played very well in this game and really have dominated Lazio, well, they find themselves level at 2-2. Well, half-time here at the Olympic Stadium. Hector Cooper must be scratching his head. The side really dominated their opponents here today. They very much looked the championship side. Twice Inter took the lead through first Vieri, then Di Biagio. Twice Poborski pegged them back with rare forays forward for Lazio. Half-time in the big one. Lazio 2, Inter Milan 2.
Coming up later in the show, Carlo Ancelotti's Milan outfit can secure a Champions League berth with a victory at home to relegated Lecce. But Chievo will be hoping the Rossoneri slip up and with a win over Atalanta in Verona, claim a top 4 finish in its debut season in Serie A. And Roberto Baggio is hoping to destroy Bologna's European dream and save Brescia from the drop. But now let's rejoin Paul Williams at the Stadio Olimpico for the second half of Lazio versus Inter.
Welcome back to the Olympic Stadium. News all around the ground has filtered through from Udine, where Juventus are 2 up in their game at Udinese. So Hector Cooper and his team know that only 3 points will be enough now. It seems very unlikely that Juventus would throw away a 2-goal lead. So the task just gets a fraction harder for Inter. So they will know, though, that the championship was always in their own hands, coming into the final round with a 1-point lead. In fact, the Inter president, Massimo Moratti, has played his part in the build-up as well, leaking the fact, or perhaps just leaking the rumour, that Inter are preparing a huge bid for the Lazio defender Alessandro Nesta. And both Roma and Juve have openly criticised this news, claiming it was very distracting and unsettling. It's a tactic used several times this season by not just Moratti but other presidents as well. It's a match played in all places and just on the pitch, this one. How's that for a late one by Gresco on Poborski? Alberto Zaccaroni, the Lazio coach, he's wondering what's in store for his future as well. Will he keep his job here? He will if they can get a good result, and that's just over the bar. Stankovic is a muscly midfielder. who gets forward at every opportunity. Too much strength there for Zanetti. It's quite an extraordinary first half, really. That was actually a corner, as Toldo gathers easily, because only half of the Lazio fans were really celebrating the Lazio goals. The priority for them, of course, is to make sure that Roma don't win the championship, and if that means losing a home game to make sure Roma don't win the title, well, they're prepared to do that. And some of the fans were cheering, quite amazing. Lazio also wouldn't want to do Juventus any favours either in that sense, so probably Inter is their preference of the top three to win the title. That's a great cross, well defended as well, and a good chance for Inter here. Well, everything falling at the feet of Luigi Di Biagio at the moment. Podgorski, who did such damage to Inter's title hopes in the first half. Inzaghi. And clear contact on the ball by Marco Materazzi, but the referee felt there was just too much contact on the player as well. But Inzaghi had a fair chunk of Materazzi's chest in the process. Trying to protect the ball and hold off the man as well, and he was probably a little bit hard done by there, Materazzi. And Toldo's a long way off his goal line. He's obviously keen to come out and get the cross and get things going. Fiore with the free kick. Oh, it was a free header! Well, Simeone has really thrown a cat amongst the pigeons here, because that was a straightforward set-piece goal, and coaches all around the world will hate to concede those, and Simeone was just way too strong in the air there for Christian Zanetti. It was 1 against 1, and the experience and strength of Simeone won out quite easily. An emphatic bullet-like header from him into the corner. And that's Lazio 3, Inter 2. Well, that is not part of the Hector Coupe script, I'm sure. It makes it doubly difficult for Inter now. They need 2 goals. And it's Lazio who've started the better in this half. So Stefan Delmar is going to come on. Fabio Zanetti is the Inter captain. He had the look on his face of a man who's deeply worried. It's a long shot, great save there from Toldo. Well, how important will that be at the end of the day? Lazio have found a new spring in their step after a pretty sluggish first half from them, really. Well, Toldo saw it late. In the end, made a very good save. No surprise it's Podgorski firing that one in. So Sergio Conceição is going to make way for Stefan Delmar. But Delmar will probably operate down the left as usual. Maybe Recoba switching over to the right. Well, there are some anxious faces on the bench. Lazio's home form has been pretty solid of late. They did lose 5-1 here 2 months ago to Roma. It was a real spanking that day, but since then their form has been pretty solid. A very big blow to their Champions League hopes was the loss to Bologna a week ago. That's a minor blow today because Dejan Stankovic has gone off with an injury and Cesar takes his place. Cesar, a defender. Inzaghi, space here for Fiore. He'll take the shot, surely. Well, appeals for a corner there, but Fiore had an awful lot of space. Gresco allowing him way too much room to take that shot. I don't think anyone got a touch on the way through. Inter may look back at that last goal and see the free kick that was very disputable indeed when Materazzi won the ball. Quite cleanly, I thought. Free kick was given and a goal came. Fiore with a bit to say for himself. Lazio 3, Inter Milan 2. A countdown to the final few minutes of the season. Loudly in Inter's ears. Here's Recoba. Little ball over the top for Vieri. Vieri! Oh, it's going to be off the line. I'm not sure whether it was Vieri that got a touch or a defender. Away by Nesta. Zanetti. Here's Ronaldo. Rather, that's Stefan Delmar. Oh, Vieri goes down. Delmar continues. The whistle's gone. Well, that came off the boot of Favali, and Nesta had time to just hook it away. Oh, that's a great save, really, by Favali to not bring Vieri down and get a touch on the ball and not put it in his own goal. That was a marvellous bit of work at the back from Giuseppe Favali. And that's the upstam on the back of Vieri. And the referee is saying that Delmar was fouled as he charged through. So Recoba is over the ball. Surely he's the man to have a crack here. Di Biagio has done everything right today, and he got it through the wall. Blocked off the line again. Gresco. It's scrappy. The overhead comes straight through to Peruzzi. He just bowls it out. That was not a good bowl either. Here's Zanetti for Inter. Well, most of the Olympic Stadium is full of Inter fans rather than Lazio fans today, so the roar goes up for that Inter corner. Cesar challenging in there after the save by Peruzzi, away by the number 14 Simeone. Recoba skips past one, past a second, past a third. This is brilliant from Recoba, onto the left foot! Well, that would have been something quite special. One of those incredible runs where he's just so difficult to dispossess, and Delmar played his part as well, and it was Nesta who came in and saved the day. They need a goal here. Lazio just hemmed back in their own third. Ronaldo's waiting in space, but the flag's up. Pasquale Rodamonti is today's referee. So Inter have around 20 minutes remaining to find 2 goals. They're doing all the attacking now. Ronaldo shuffles through, and he won a free kick there. So perhaps this will be Recoba's chance. Oh, there was severe contact on the ball from Nesta, but Ronaldo went down as well. So Ronaldo and Recoba over the ball. That's the Turkish international Emre who's going to come on, and this time it will be Recoba. I feel sure of that. Oh, he's backheeled it to Ronaldo. Now here come Lazio. Inter have a lot of players forward. Lazio have one man forward. Simone Inzaghi, he's gone down. But there was A very cleanness about that challenge from Ivan Cordoba. Just doing enough. Turning right into Materazzi, who in turn gives the ball straight back to Stum. Oh, yep, Stum. That was very nicely done. Here come Lazio. Look at the space as well. That's well done. There's two in the centre. That's a great cross, surely! Inzaghi scores for Lazio, and surely in the process ends the title ambitions of Inter. Well, that was a killer blow if ever there was one. Great cross. Inzaghi waiting at the back post all alone. If he wasn't there, Poborski would have finished it off, but Cesar has played his part as a substitute here. No one at the back post for Inter. And now it's Lazio 4, Inter 2. And devastation for Ronaldo and his teammates. He hasn't been on top form today, Ronaldo. And Cooper recognises that and replaces him with Mohamed Kallon. And this is earlier Materazzi and Cesar. Or Inter now, staring right down the barrel of a last day failure. And Simeone makes way for Dino Baggio. He's played his part today with a goal. And everybody still knows that it's Udinese 0, Juventus 2. Bresco. So Inter now find themselves in need of a miracle. Recoba. And Ronaldo can't take any more of this. The emotion's getting the better of him. Actually a shareholder in the club as well as a player. That's a rarity in modern football. And Materazzi. Well, that was a wild challenge. Challenge by a man who feels that the season is over for his team. And he's pretty angry about it, I'd say. Just look at the body language of the Inter team. There's hands on hips everywhere. This has been an easy one. No, not for Toldo, who's hit the post. Well, it could have been even more humiliating for Inter. I thought it was a simple take for Toldo, but he totally misjudged it. And Del Mar comes away for Inter. The ball over the top for Kallon. Well, at the back post was Cesar. What an impact he's had since he came on, the Brazilian. And that, in a way, was a free header. It was almost too good. It arrowed perfectly downwards into the corner, right out of the textbook. Just too close to the corner. Emre takes the shot. Good save, Peruzzi. Well, perhaps it's not the end of the goals yet. The stuffing does look to have gone out of Inter somewhat, though. Emre again. He's going to try again. And another save for Peruzzi. One a little bit more straightforward. Giannichetta just happy to poke it forward there. That's the first one, and that was a fine save. Well, sheer devastation for Inter because they have fallen at the final hurdle. And Juventus will be champions of Serie A. Inter capitulated under 2 second-half goals to Lazio here at the Olympic Stadium. And that will just rip the heart out of the side that was just so desperate to take their first title in 13 years. It was not to be. Lazio 4, Inter Milan 2.